Hey, what's up guys, Mike here, and today it is time once again for another guide on how to get through these Mario Kart Deluxe tracks. We are finally tackling Wave 3 of the Nintendo Switch DLC for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I am excited to get in this because I think that Wave 3 is honestly the best wave that we've gotten so far. Not even counting the fact that we ended up getting custom items, which honestly I've been waiting for a long time. I am incredibly excited for that. But in terms of the tracks that we got for this DLC, we have some real serious bangers here. We have London Loop from Mario Kart Tour, which I had never played, to be honest. We have Mario Kart Super Circuit's Boo Lake, which is pretty good. And then just rounding off the Rock Cut with some amazing tracks, we got Mario Kart 7's Rock Rack Mountain from the 3DS. And then one of my top 5 tracks of all time. This is probably like number 2 or number 3 on my all-time track list. On any single Mario Kart game, we got Maple Treeway from Mario Kart Wii. An absolute classic. If you guys don't love this track, you guys gotta really give yourself some serious thought about this track, because Maple Treeway is an absolute amazing track that they did here. And then for the Moon Cup, we have Berlin Byways from Mario Kart Tour. We have another pretty good classic from Mario Kart DS, which is Peach Gardens. We now have a brand new track from Mario Kart Tour. We have Merry Mountain. And then we have arguably one of the best Rainbow Roads, if not the best Rainbow Road of all time. We have Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road. Very special, very dear to my heart. But we are going to be starting off with Mario Kart Tour's London Loop. Hey, so future Mike here. Past me forgot to actually go ahead and actually show off at least the different time trials for the ghosts and whatnot. So, yeah. Again, I'm wearing a different shirt. It's like day 2 of recording. So expect me to just go through each of the times and probably randomly clip these into the actual guide. Because I had a hard time kind of figuring out certain tracks like London Loop and Berlin Byways. But my original recording was probably the best one I could have done. And yeah, I don't feel like trying to re-record everything, trying to remember what I said. So I'm probably just going to randomly throw in the announcements for what all the times are. So, yeah, for London Loop, the time for London Loop is Ninfrank over here. And Ninfrank is rocking out with the Comet Bike, the Slim Tires, and the Super Glider with the 220 500. So, yeah, that's the ghost for London Loop. I'm not even going to race against the ghost because I know for a fact that we're going to take the tour tracks slowly, because there's a lot that you can do with the tour tracks. So I'm going to definitely be restarting quite a couple of times with this, but there are quite a lot of different shortcuts that you can take on all the laps. Like, look how big this track is. This is an absolutely huge track. I do love the music here. The music here is an absolute banger. But I also think that London's one of the more well-designed tracks out of the entirety of the DLC. A lot of really cool curves. You can go like 2 different directions in this entire thing. Right here is going to be a major way to do a shortcut. You can pretty much cut all the way through this with 2 mushrooms. So that's an option that you pretty much have. If you're going to use that one, I would suggest that on maybe the final lap, because I'm pretty sure that you can actually go on that on the final lap. But God, this track's got some really good guitar to it. Like, I love the music for this track. Over here, we also have some other patches of grass you can cut through like this. We can also cut across this as well, that other patch of grass. There's also this patch of grass you can just cut right across. Again, this is going to be a lot of patches of grass you can cut across. If anything, I'm also going to do a restart and just show you guys my optimal route for this entire track also. But to be honest, I have not gotten a chance to play on this track 100%, so I'm kind of just also learning a little bit about the track while just recording this for you guys. So if it takes a little bit, I do apologize, but yeah, I think there pretty much is some good ways to go about it. Yeah, pretty much over here there are like quite a few different like cuts that you can do with mushrooms, which is pretty nice. Because then over here, it kind of just lets you go like this, and now you go through this building right over here. No results of that you can do tricks on. This is a really nice area too. They get you by the water over here, and then all the chain chomps like all unchained. So you know what? I think I know how I would end up tackling this course. So I'm going to show you guys my ultimate route that I would suggest going through this entire level. We're going to see how well we do. I'm not even versing a ghost and whatnot, so let's just see how this goes. Anyway, I think London Loop is like one of the best tracks that we've gotten in terms of everything. Yeah, there are a lot of different places you can get coins and stuff. Like I said, also you gotta remember to try to get all the coins as fast as you possibly can. Like if you can, yep, use the drawbridge to try to get coins if you can. You know, once you get 10 coins, you're pretty much good to just cut inside the corners if you can. Now this track in particular, there's not really a lot of places you can really grab coins, I'm realizing. You can actually also do that too and take a little bit of a mini cut over there. That's not a bad spot. Yeah, coins are kind of scarce on this level, I'm realizing, to be honest, because, again, I haven't really got a chance to, like, 100% take a look at this stuff yet. Here you can usually hold that to get a nice purple drift. Now, if you have 2 mushrooms, I would definitely suggest to do that, but there we go, we got that. And you can kind of do 2 drifts there. Watch out for the chain chomp, trick off of that, or not. Now here, I think a lot more blue drifts will probably help you out in certain areas. Now, yeah, follow the red line there, that way you don't hit the chain chomp for sure. God, the guitars here is like really good. They really went all out with this track. And if you can hold it, there you go. A little bit there, but there you go. That's kind of how I would handle it. Again, I'd probably have to experiment more. Again, once all the DLC drops, and I've played on all these tracks for a while, I'm going to have an ultimate guide for every single track in one video, so I hope you guys stay tuned for that. But yeah, in the meantime, on to the next track. Alright, now in terms of the next track, this one's a little bit more simpler for me to help you guys figure out. We have Mario Kart Super Circuit's Boo Lake. For Boo Lake, the time trial ghost is Ninri with 136-212, and they are rocking out with the Circuit Special, the Monster Tires, and the Super Glider. Now, Boo Lake's a very interesting course because I remember in the original Boo Lake and, you know, Broken Pier from Super Circuit had some very invisible paths to take some shortcuts with. I don't think they actually have those paths here, but I do know one shortcut that could be taken, and I think it might be the only shortcut. I know there was some also areas on grabbing different things as well. Let's see if we can find any others besides the one I'm thinking of on this lap. Because the only one I'm thinking of is to drift here and then just go like that. But even that's hard to pull off. But I believe that is the only real shortcut. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell. But now, you know what, we're going to restart this and do a full race with this, because I do want to just show off the tracks, not to try to get my best shortcuts. So, let's see if we can nail this together. Again, not a lot of coins on the level, but being able to go on each of the paths and grabbing coins would also be good. Taking the left path once, taking the right path once, and then just trying to grab those coins as best as you possibly can. I see, that's a hard drift to pull off also, because I would suggest drifting on that. Because if you don't nail that drift just right, you're going to fall off like that. Because I definitely think you're better off drifting, that way you don't completely hit the wall when you hit it. You know what though, no matter what, this is how we're going to run this. We're going to just let this one run, and then I can always improve my record off camera. There you go, that's pretty good. If you hit the brake there a little bit, you kind of don't hit the wall as much. Alright, we got our 10 coins, so that's good at least. I see, I wouldn't even take the trick here. I would just do that to set myself up just to do this. Yeah, doing that little trick there doesn't really seem like the best play. You can just hug the walls there and just kind of make that pull that off right like that. Now, as I think doing the trick there at that part before you do the drift into the shortcut doesn't seem ideal. Now, also gotta be careful because there are a little bit of broken areas in this level. You bounce off the wall a little bit, but I'm sure if I took the trick, you wouldn't have enough reaction time to hit that, but not too bad. 132, I'll take that as a record. But yeah, I mean, Boo Lake's an alright course. I definitely do like it a little bit better than Broken Pierce. I mean, I'm glad that we actually have another horror-themed course, because I don't think we've gotten too many of them in this game yet, other than Twisted Mansion. But, yeah, I will see you guys for the next track. Alright, well, we now are on to one of my favorite Mario Kart 7 tracks, Rock Rock Mountain from, yeah, Mario Kart 7. For Rock Rock Mountain, we have Ninfausti with 224-730, and they are rocking out with the pipe frame, the monster tires, and the super glider. One of my friends that has not played Mario Kart that I kind of specifically made this entire series for pretty much told me that Rock Rock Mountain is an automated driving course. I don't know what you guys personally think about that, but let me know down in the comments, because I don't think it's too automated. I mean, yes, there's two like hang gliding sections, and there's a whole entire boo section, so I guess most of this you could kind of say is automated, but I love the aesthetic of this level. Like the whole canyon appeal and then just flying through the forest is really sick. Besides, the music here is pretty dope. Anyway, I don't think they've really changed too much in terms of this level, but I'm a complete doofus missing all of those coins, but at least over here we know we can grab some more coins like this. Now, there's a couple of shortcuts that we could end up taking, but personally, I'll show you the 1 mushroom version right now, and then we could also do the 2 mushroom version. Yeah, you can also do a little bit off that, but there's your 1 mushroom shortcut. And yeah, they did take off some of the boost panels here in order to grab some of the anti-gravity bumpers here. One little extra add-on I noticed is that they end up giving up the extra airtime with these things, so now we can kind of do that instead of just having to hug to the right and then jump off the ramp like we used to do, because they took out that ramp. Anyway, this level is fantastic. I absolutely love Rock Rock Mountain. They did a really good job with it. Anyway, we could also be that guy and just come over here and we could literally just hover through the forest and like bob and weave through some trees. Do that. Kind of do something like that a little bit, but no, I'm going to keep this run anyway. Because actually that wasn't too bad, but I think you're better off probably just using the 1 mushroom and hitting the ramp if you're trying to get a good time trial record, but we'll see how this goes. I also don't know if that's any better than actually just like doing the original shortcut where you're kind of just going on one side of the track and then you hover to the right towards the beginning. God, this guitar in this level is fantastic. Yeah, you gotta be careful of the wind blowing also, because that could also happen. And again, like always, on the first lap, I'd maybe suggest the first 2 laps going underneath, and then maybe also going to the side and grabbing the coins over here on the ramp. I know for a fact I could probably do a better time, but I just want to give you guys kind of an idea of what you guys could do and then experiment with the time trials. But hey, you know what? Sub 230, I'll still take it for Rock Mountain. This is an absolute banger, but I will be honest, it's not as much of a banger as the next track on this list, which honestly I was crying tears for, because I did not think we were going to get this course in this wave. But, yeah, I will see you guys with the next track to round out the Rock Cup, so, catch you guys over there. Alright, I hope you guys are ready, because Maple Treeway is an absolutely amazing level. Like, Maple Treeway to me is so good, it was way better than the actual course of Rainbow Road for the Wii. I want you guys to think about that. I am like literally the Rainbow Road hype man, that I literally lose my shit whenever Rainbow Road is shown off or whenever we get a new Rainbow Road track, but this course transcends time. Like, this course is such a certified classic, it's not even funny. And for Maple Treeway, the time trial ghost is by Nin Pavel with 236.581. And they are rocking out with the Prancer, the off-road tires, and the Super Glider. Like here, I genuinely thought we were going to get for the Acorn Cup because, you know, when I grow up, I want to become a tree. So, you know, I thought we would have gotten in the Acorn Cup, but I'm more than thankful to get it now because we got some really good courses in this way. That's why I'm still thinking that this is probably going to be the highest wave, in my opinion, for me at least. Anyway, Maple Treeway is a really good course. There's not really too many shortcuts to worry about, but the main shortcut that we can end up doing is right here at the beginning. So, honestly, this is like the main place I'd tell you guys to just use your mushrooms. And just use a mushroom and immediately drift. God, I love this course so much. Like the autumn leaves, the whole tree top aesthetic, like... The only thing I noticed about this course is that it doesn't drop as many of the leaves in terms of everything, but you know, for the first lap, I definitely recommend hugging the outside. The path of the Wigglers also seems a little bit easier to navigate as well. I guess for first lap, I guess you could also do that to get some coins at least, but for the majority of the race, I would not recommend taking the half pipe because that'll shave a little bit of time off. And honestly, you don't really need to take the half pipe, to be honest, because the half pipe you can get most of your coins without needing the half pipe. But God, I love this track so much. I honestly love the music here and the way they did everything. Like, this is so serene and peaceful. Like, I know in terms of the digital bonfire times that we have in our server, I'm going to be doing my best to defend my title on this one. I know we have a friend named Moonlit Maple that literally named himself after this track, but I'm going to be the one that tried to take the top record for this track. Because we have a little thing in the bonfire where we're doing our top 20 tracks, or top 20 times or whatever for each of the courses or whatever. And we've literally been keeping track of like who's got the fastest time in the group and everything, and then the top 10 get put onto the leaderboards. Now, if you end up running out of coins, you can go on either of the half pipes, but I definitely think that the treetop shortcut there is better. I know Mario Kart Wii was a little bit harder to drift in there in order to actually do that beginning shortcut without falling off, but here it's a lot easier, especially with the motorbike combo that I have. Yeah, as long as you're careful, I wouldn't try to take too many chances with the shortcut. Again, you gotta just be careful with the wigglers and all that, but other than that, this is such a great course. Like, just the melody of this track just fills me up with such happiness. Like, this is like one of those courses that you can't help but smile throughout the entire track. Like, this is peak track design. Like, I love Maple Treeway so much. Anyway, I don't think I could have done any better on that course with the record-wise other than that, but hey, we still got another course worth we got another Grand Prix worth the tracks to show you guys the shortcuts for, so I will see you guys in the beginning for the Moon Cup. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we now have the Moon Cup just in time for Christmas, because we now have Mario Kart Tours Berlin Byways, Mario Kart DS Peach Gardens, Mario Kart Tours Merry Mountain, even though they're making it sound like an original track, and of course Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road. For Berlin Byways, the ghost for this track is Nin Sophia with 211001, and they are rocking out with the Varmint, the Monster Tires, and the Super Glider. I'm going to be very honest, from what I've played so far from Berlin Byways, off the rip, I think this is the worst track of the entire city track collection that we've gotten so far. I do not like this course all that much, but maybe I'd have to warm up to it. But off the rip, the whole place just feels extremely clunky and too many cars in the road. Like, if I wanted to play on a highway track, I'll play Shroom Ridge or Toad's Turnpike. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks aesthetically pleasing, but I don't know. Again, when it comes to doing any time trials on this entirety of this course, you gotta be careful, because this course will throw you off with the roundabout and everything else, and all the cars coming at you, and then... I mean, the music's a banger, don't get me wrong. It's kind of cool. You can kind of do this, and you can go through the train tracks. You can go through the train or whatnot. I wouldn't recommend that, though, for a time trial. Yeah, I'd say maybe hug the outside to get some coins if need be. Yeah, there's honestly not even too many opportunities to actually use mushrooms in this entire thing from what I'm noticing. Actually, you could use a mushroom right there, cut through that little bit. Nah, but see, the roads are too narrow for some of this stuff. You can just do that for a couple of mushroom shortcuts. Again, I think I'm going to also restart this course and do it over once we get a good idea of things. Because again, I'm kind of learning this alongside you guys in terms of everything. Oh yeah, there's also those little areas you can kind of cut across. Over here, these swamps also, you just gotta be careful and time that out, because I do think going through the middle is the best way to go. Yeah, there's a couple of options to cut through the grass. I'm not taking no chances on the swamps there. Yeah, there's a lot of different grass patches you can cut through, so yeah, I wouldn't go too quick on using the mushrooms right away in the beginning of like a lap or two. Alright. I know I literally just went through the entire course, but I'm going to show you guys what I think is my optimal route now, just based on all of that. Yeah, I needed to learn to travel, but yeah, I think Berlin Byways in general is like kind of a clunky course in general. I don't really like it all that much. I think London was way better designed compared to Berlin this time around. But, you know, in terms of this track, I mean, it's cool for what it is. Maybe it'll warm up on me, but as of right now, I'm not really feeling it. Then again, I don't think any course is really as bad as Tokyo Blur was. Tokyo Blur to me still feels like the most basic and empty track. At least this has some nice design to it in terms of aesthetics. I will definitely give it that. I do like the music too, but I don't know, there's something about the track design that just makes you feel off. Yeah, you can't really even cut and get those coins over there either, but you can manage to hold the orange drift there at least. Ah, see? There you go. That's what I would end up doing for that, and then if you know what you're doing, you can hold some good purple drifts, but yeah, Close calls like that make me incredibly nervous. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the cars coming at you. I mean, again, if I wanted this, I'll play Toad's Turnpike in Mario Kart 64 with the cars coming at me. There we go. That's kind of where I think I'm at. Yeah, that just gives me a heart attack just trying to do that, but yeah, that's gonna do it for Berlin Byways. Again, I know that this is like kind of a slightly longer video in terms of like actually taking the time to go through the courses with you guys, but again, I wanted to get this guide up as soon as I possibly could. But let me know, do you guys actually like me exploring the courses alongside you, or do you guys want me to like take a few extra days to, you know, actually look at the courses and then give my definitive guide? Because honestly, I kind of like the idea of just like going through the courses alongside you guys and learning about this stuff. But anyway, on to the next track. Alright, now we have a really good Mario Kart DS track. I actually like Peach Gardens quite a lot. And they actually did some pretty crazy things here along with this course as well. For DS Peach Gardens, we have Nin Marie with 219,534, and they are using the Prancer, the wooden tires, and the Super Glider, playing as Princess Peach. But I think I already have a good idea how we can end up going through this entire track together. So, again, Mario Kart DS had some really good tracks like Shroom Ridge, Waluigi Pinball, Delfino Square. I definitely think this belongs up there in my top 5 courses for this game, for Mario Kart DS at least. Anyway, this is like the main shortcut that everybody knows going through that. I might end up having to do a restart just to show you guys all the shortcuts, and then I'll show you guys my definitive shortcut. Yeah, collecting coins here might be a little tough too, because they seem a little bit more spread out in this version. And you also gotta worry about Mr. Piranha Plane over there. That's another one we can end up taking shortcut wise. Yeah, if you know what you're doing drifting wise, you could actually hold this down, which is pretty nice. And maybe not to purple, but okay, I think I know what I'm gonna end up doing for what my definitive shortcuts would end up being for this level now, so again, they did a nice job like blowing this track up too, because this track actually has a really nice, simple, charming aesthetic to it that they did a good job with in DS, but I'm also kind of glad they didn't really make the maze part here as crazy. Again, I'm just here messing up on all the coins and stuff, but yeah, I think doing that last shortcut is a little bit more of a time saver than the one over here, but in terms of the final lap, I already know what we can end up doing. At least over here, you can kind of like bob and weave in terms of getting all that stuff. Yeah, this one you can get a lot of good blue sparks on if you know what you're doing. Or even better, just do that, but after that little section, I can't help but recommend that you guys should probably just go ahead and take the side that the Piranha Plant's not on. The last thing you need is your run getting killed by a Piranha Plant being silly. Now here is where things get interesting, because now they actually decided to use a route that has not been used before. We're now going backwards onto Peach Gardens, which I think is really neat. I think they also put a little bit of the trick version in from Tour as well, but Yeah, the shortcut that we took in the first 2 laps, though, not even necessary. So I think here, honestly, the best way to go about it is to just go normally. Also, always give Luigi a high five for good luck. Grab some coins if you haven't grabbed them already. Come over here. Take a little bit of that. Do a nice little drift. And hold it down to try to get a purple as we cross here. Or at least an orange. Yeah, I love what they did with Peach Gardens. Peach Gardens is absolutely fantastic. Like, the music is calm and peaceful, and again, it just looks all bright and colorful, and the way they did the chain chomps and everything here, and all the roses in the garden, like, top notch. I definitely put this on the higher end of the tier list for DLC. Anyway, though, hope you all ready for the holidays, because we have a holiday track coming up for this pack. Good old Merry Mountain, so I'll see you over there. Alright, now we are getting on to the original track from this wave. Even though this is in Mario Kart Tour also, we got Merry Mountain. For Merry Mountain, we have Ninolino with Shy Guy using 209 693, and their kart combination is the Flame Rider, the off-road tires, and the Super Glider. Merry Mountain is a very interesting course. I think they did a nice job on this course, but I don't 100% know how to feel about it in terms of track design. Even though I love the aesthetic and the music, like, it's a pretty good course, but you can't hate on Christmas. Again, I love the skybox for this entire place because the whole merry aesthetic and everything else. See, even I don't 100% know if the railroad way is faster than just taking the normal dirt path. But what I do know is that collecting coins here is definitely crucial, but the drifting could be a little bit hard to figure out. In terms of my shortcut here, I definitely think just doing this is the best way to go about it, and also hit these booster panels as best as you can. Again, also the nice sled train also throws a little bit of a bonus to you coin-wise. Yeah, let's test this out together, actually. Let's see if the railroad way is faster or not. Alright, so we have all this. I don't know if that was faster. I know the first lap was in 44. Ah, maybe it is. Anyway, I don't think there's too much to this course, though. You guys kind of already know what to do in terms of all this stuff after the first lap. This one doesn't really have as many shortcuts, but I do love the aesthetic of it. Like the whole sunrise, along with the night sky and the whole Aurora Borealis in the sky is a really nice touch. I just love the aesthetic of this level, and the music's pretty calm also. Yeah, you really can't go wrong with hitting the booster pads. And then just kind of letting the glider do the work to finish it off. But yeah, that is going to do it for Merry Mountain. Again, really nice track. I definitely also put this up on the higher end of the tour courses. But, yeah, we have one more course to go, and honestly, this is the course that kind of made me lose my shit, knowing that this was possibly going to be in the DLC in the first place through leaks. But, yeah, I will see you guys in a minute for 3DS Rainbow Road. And finally, to round out the Moon Cup, we have one of my all-time favorite Rainbow Roads. We have 3DS Rainbow Road from Mario Kart 7. Also, before we quickly get into this, I do want to apologize if the editing on this particular thing was a little bit sloppy on everything. I've been trying out a new editing program with DaVinci Resolve since Corel Video Studio has been kind of a pain. And I also was trying a new form of recording on OBS, trying to pause recordings in between tracks, but it honestly made a lot more trouble than what it's worth. So I know that now for Wave 4 going forward, so Either way, I hope these guys have literally been helping you guys with this entire thing. But anyway, for 3DS Rainbow Road, we have Nin Mizuho with 152.015. They are using the Circuit Special, the standard tires, and the Super Glider. Yeah, my Ghost was like 6 seconds ahead, but in terms of this course, I know the original version of 3DS Rainbow Road had a couple little quirks that you were able to do, but you can't really do them in this course. But I am still going to do a full race just to show you guys my optimal path. Even though 3DS Rainbow Road is kind of straightforward, I absolutely love what they did here, though. Like, they did an amazing job just recreating this course. Like, I love the texture, the road looking like shooting stars going down the road, and the whole oil paint effect. Anyway, going down here, you're going to want to try to do tricks as you're going off of that. And then over here, you should try your best to get coins if you can, but doing that is also pretty good. The mushroom spots, I have honestly had a hard time figuring out where to do mushroom spots, because you can't really do certain things, like over here at the end of Saturn, but over here to actually catch up to the rings over here is a pretty good spot. See, originally you were able to use a mushroom and climb over and jump all the way over past this first set of boosters, but they don't let you do that in this one for some reason. Also, timing here is crucial because it's important. Then you want to do some tricks off the moon craters. Try to do a little bit of this. Over here, though, this is a good spot to use a little bit of a mushroom. That way you can get to the ramps or the speed panels. Now over here, a lot of people think that taking the glider ramp is faster, but honestly, I felt like this is pretty much the fastest way to go. You can kind of bob and weave through it, and you know, you can land faster and get a faster boost. And then I personally just use my last mushroom to slingshot around this in order to get a good time trial. But yeah, that is 3DS Rainbow Road. Didn't quite beat my record, but that's quite alright. Either way, that is going to do it for Wave 3 of the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC Booster Course Pass. I genuinely hope that this has been helpful. And, yeah, again, let me know what you guys think about these guides down below in the comments section. It would help me out a lot. Again, typical shit. If you don't already follow me over on my Twitch page over at MMGMike.live or twitch.tv/MMGMike. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff with Mario Kart in the coming year, so I hope you guys are looking forward to a lot of tournaments, potentially for cash prizes. So, stay tuned for more on that, because that will be an announcement soon enough. But yeah, content's been a little bit crazy, but I hope you guys stick around, because now that I'm kind of learning DaVinci Resolve, there's some things I want to do in terms of content next year once I figure things out. But, yeah, thank you guys as always for sticking around. Never stop reaching for tomorrow, my fellow Monstars. Stay bright, stay safe, stay clean. Take care of yourselves, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care.